I about crapped myself when I went to the mailbox and picked this up. And you may be wondering, why did you almost poop your pants when you picked this up from the mailbox? And this is why. This is why. I saw this corner and I freaked out, man, because there's been so many incidences of packages getting stolen, and they look a lot like this, where somebody tries to open up the corner and fish in there and pull something out. And I still kind of wonder if somebody tried to get in here. I don't know. This doesn't really look like it was crushed. I mean, maybe. Actually, it was probably just crushed like this, right? The Sherlock Holmesing over here. I think it just got crushed. But my first thought was that somebody tried to pry open this corner and get inside. Luckily, I haven't opened it yet, obviously. But I can tell that the box, because it's a big box inside, I can tell it's still in there. So I know they didn't get it out because it's not something small. This is coming in from DLT Trading. Ooh, look. They use tissue or newspaper just like I do when I ship things. That's pretty cool. But this is also cool because I think this is like, what do we got? DLT Trading sticker and just the invoice over here. This is cool because I did have 3 CRKs in my collection before ordering this one. I had an Inkosi, a large Inkosi, just regular tie. I had an Umnumzon, and I had a Sebenza 31 with Micarta inlays in my collection. I actually sold the Sebenza. I sold the Sebenza, shipped that off today. But all 3 of those, I believe, were pre-owned. So this one's cool because it's brand new. It's a brand new CRK right from the dealer. Woo! Magnacut, baby. Tanto, baby. Black canvas micarta, baby. Yeah, and this is another Inkosi. I got rid of the Sebenza 31 because I like the Inkosis better. And so why? Oh, cool. Got all the tools. We've got the lube. Extra thing of lube in there. I don't know if they all come that way or if the pre-owned ones I bought just had one. I don't know. Let's take a look at this beauty. My first Tanto ever. Woo! The micarta is actually a little darker. It's got a little bit of oil on there already. Let's look at that Tanto blade right there. That is sexy AF. Look at that. I don't know. Is this Japanese style or American? The front edge is a little bit curved. This is curved. I think that makes it Japanese style Tanto. I don't know. It's such a debate on what exactly is what. But let me know in the comments below. I believe this is Japanese, but if I'm wrong, let me know, and let me know why. I get so confused on the American versus the Japanese and when one is or isn't either one or the other. Look at that. Not a snail trail on this thing. It's totally stupendous, guys. It's totally amazing. Super smooth. Not quite flickable. It will be. Needs a little... I feel like if I wasn't wearing gloves, I would be able to flick it open. Let's check that lockup. It's good. I mean, it's your typical CRK ceramic ball lockup. They almost all seem to have like a little bit of slide. This one's pretty minimal, but I can't say that I've felt a modern CRK that is as rock solid as like a Strider, right? Where it just doesn't move. They all seem to kind of move a little tiny bit, but you get the added benefit of a lock face that won't wear out on you, or at least not any time in your lifetime. There's that lockup right there. Beautiful, perfect. Why do I like the Inkosi so much? Why? Because it's a little bit more aggressive. It's a little beefier than your typical CRK and then your typical Sebenza. So it has thicker blade stock, because you might be saying, well, it looks just like a modern Sebenza 31. And now that the Sebenza 31s have the detent, giant detent ball for the lockup and everything, you know, they are very, very similar. Back in the day, the Sebenza used to be titanium on steel. They've changed that now. But the main differences with the Inkosi is you got thicker blade stock. You still have a hollow ground blade, but it's a very like big wheel. So it's a very slight hollow grind. It almost feels flat. It's about one step away from being a flat grind. So it makes it a little thicker behind the edge, a little more robust, especially with this Tanto blade right there. You've got this extra scallop right there that feels really, really good in hand. I just really dig the Inkosi, and I like how it has a bigger pivot. It just looks better for my eyes. I like having a bigger pivot. And that's why I sold the Sebenza. The Sebenza was also in Magnacut. I'm like, I don't need, and it had Micarta inlays, although the inlay profile is different on the Sebenzas. It's one large piece instead of these two smaller pieces. But I'm like, I don't need them both, and I really want a Tanto, and so one had to go, and that one went. Oh, and the Inkosi comes standard with dual thumb studs, which I like. So I'm an Inkosi guy. It's just my favorite one. Now, typically what I do on all of my CRKs after I first get them is I take them apart and I remove the lanyard. But I might actually just keep this one on for a bit. You know, maybe I will. I wish they would offer a better lanyard, kind of like the aftermarkets that you can get with some color to them and better quality, but you know, what the hell. Maybe I'll leave that on there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You can't beat a Sebenza. I mean, some people would say you can. I don't think you can beat a Sebenza, even though this isn't a Sebenza. I mean, a CRK. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Really, really cool. Let's take a look at that tip. Look at that. You can see those grind lines right there. Is that, it almost looks zero ground. I think it is. Or maybe, no, it has a little micro bevel. That's pretty cool. That is a big grind right there that kind of comes down to almost nothing. You can barely see that little micro bevel right there. Little cute micro bevel on the end there. Pretty cool. My first Tanto CRK that I've ever owned or held. That's pretty cool. Got that normal stonewash these are known for. Magnacut at that high HRC. Dual thumb studs. What is going on there? Got a little scatamouche on there. You've got the sandblasted finish on the titanium. Gives you that kind of rough look. I really like that. Black micarta inlays. Got that Piranha Knives pocket clip. There's all kinds of question about that. Piranha Knives, which does like OTFs and automatics out of Idaho, have used this exact same clip. Some people say CRK makes it for them. Some people say they make it for CRK. Some people say some third party makes it for both. I don't know, but it's the same exact titanium clip used on both, which is kind of interesting. Only downside to these is they are prone to bending out because they're not milled titanium. That is the benefit of a milled titanium pocket clip. When I mention that, a lot of people are like, oh, why do you even care? It's because they're less prone to bending out. These kind of flat titanium clips, really easy to snag this on something and bend it out. You can always bend it back, but it's still kind of a pain in the butt when that happens. Love the jimping on the back of this. It's got this little notch here. I don't think it serves a purpose, but it looks pretty cool. Makes it a little more distinctive from the Sebenza. Got this kind of cheaper lanyard, but you know, it's not too bad. Really cool. Really like this size. The ergonomics on this thing is fantastic. So now I've got an Inkosi in the drop point with just plain scales, and now I've got this one with the micarta inlays in the Magnacut steel, in the Tanto blade. Really, really cool. What do you think, guys? What do you think of this guy? Would you pick one up? Would you? I think it's pretty cool. I think CRK is pretty cool. It's got that old school kind of feel to me, you know, like the legacy brand, kind of your dad's knife kind of thing. But they're still made very, very well, very precise. Tolerances are excellent. You've got the ceramic lock face. So it's kind of a cool mix of old school, but without having to deal with some of the old school problems like on Striders, if that kind of stuff bugs you with the titanium on the steel with the sticky lockup and things like that. So to me, it's a cool kind of medium ground. I only wish they did a few more variances. They're all just so similar. A lot of CRK's knives are just so similar. Like I mentioned, between the Sebenza and the Inkosi, like, man, if you're not really looking at the details, if it's a drop point to drop point, you know, most people would say it's the same knife. And then they also don't do a lot of blade finishes. I know they do some Cerakoting and stuff, but like in terms of what's readily available, it's pretty much all stonewash. And so there's just not a lot to choose from. But I guess it makes it easy to have a good collection because you don't have to have that many of them to kind of have everything. All right, guys, I'm out of here. What do you think of this? I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a good fit for the old collection. Would you pick one of these up if you could? I think you would. It's pretty nice. All right, guys, talk to you later. I'm out.